Hello, everybody. Hope you all are good. Now we are going to see the video on your history first lesson, introducing history. The knowledge which you gained from the study of past and present, which will mold your future, it is known as the study of history. History is not only the study of kings and the great men, it also deals with the life and the activity of ordinary people. History tells about the past settlement, economic, political, and social life of the earlier people. And also, it tells about the food, clothes, and their beliefs, their faith, and also their works. Our modern way of living did not occur all at once. From the hunter gatherer to the modern lifestyle, we have passed over so many years, and this leads to the study of history. So, the study of history explains how such a changes has taken place in a long period of time. History also tells how people gradually do their discoveries and inventions which led them to their modern lifestyle. Now, history is of three types. One, it is prehistory. Second, it is proto-history. Third, it is history. So prehistory is nothing but we don't have any written records. Totally, we rely on the archaeologists. The archaeologists will explore and they will define the earlier people or their civilization. Next, it is proto-history. Proto-history lies in between prehistory and history, where they have some written records, but it is yet to be deciphered. Deciphered is nothing but decoding. We don't understand what they have written. And the best example for this proto history is Indus Valley civilization. We found some of the symbols, either it is a letter or the symbol, they are yet to be deciphered. So, history is the systematic record of the written document, where this is mostly found on the rocks, clays, bricks of the bridges, etc. This gives the important information regarding the periods. Next is the sources of history, where we find the sources of the history. The sources of history is of broadly divided into two types. One, it is archaeological sources, and second, it is literacy. Archaeology sources includes fossil remains, artifacts, monuments, coins, and inscriptions, whereas literacy sources includes manuscripts, language, and religious and non-religious literature.
Now, what is fossil remains? Fossils are basically imprints of plants, animals, or humans preserved in rocks. These have been buried for millions of years. These imprints are usually made from hard body parts such as bones or skulls, which leave the permanent mark on the rocks. Fossils are main source of information on the species that have become extinct. For example, dinosaurs. Next, it is monuments. Monuments are the ancient buildings, structures such as temples, mosques, tombs, palaces, and forts. They throw the light on social, religious, and cultural life of the people of the age when they were built. For example, Sanchi Stupa. So, this Sanchi Stupa is in Madhya Pradesh. It is an important Buddhist monument. The stupa provides information of historical significance. It was originally built of brick during Ashoka's time, and then it was expanded and remade of stones during Sunga period. An inscription on the southern gate of the stupa informs us that the gate was donated by the king Satakarni. The northern gate and the panels deposit stories from the Jatakas. So, Jatakas are nothing but the preachers of Buddhism. Next, it is artifacts. Artifacts are man-made objects such as tools and implements, ornaments, and pottery have been found in the various archaeological findings. They tell us about the kind of life people lived, their occupations, and their social setup. Next, it is inscriptions. Inscriptions are the written records engraved or written on the stones, pillars, clay, or copper tablets, caves, and walls of the temples and monuments. They are reliable sources of information about history of any period. They provide us names of the kings, administration of the kings, and some of the important events, the extent of the kingdom, etc. Next it is literacy sources. Literacy sources includes manuscript, language, religious and non-religious literatures. Where manuscript are the records which were written. So manuscripts were written on palm leaves, the bark of birch trees, and later on the paper. Over the years, many of these manuscripts got destroyed. Some of them are still preserved in the temples, archives, and monasteries. So, this shows the social and economic life, religious beliefs, practices, and cultures of the past and earlier people. Next it is language. Language is in ancient India. Literature depend on the religion and the region where it was written. Some of the languages include Prakrit, Pali, Sanskrit or Tamil. For example, Mahabharata and Ramayana were written in Sanskrit because they were authorized in the northern part of India, where Sanskrit happened to be main language. On other hand, it is Silappadigaram and Manimekalai were written in Tamil since they were written in the Tamil speaking areas of South India.
It is time frame. This time frame is divided into two, that is BCE and CE. The expansion of BCE is before birth of Christ. So that is BCE. Whereas CE is after the birth of Christ. That is common era. Okay. So BCE is before common era, whereas CE is common era. So our historians, they will arrange the historical past in the time frequency. So that type of sequence is called as chronology. Okay. And these historical events are graphically represented in the timeline. Next, it is geography.
Next, it is geographical framework. In fact, history without geography is incomplete. If history provides the time, then geography provides the space. Soil type, rainfall, climate, vegetation, environment greatly influence the evolution of human culture and their way of life. So, the Himalayas in the north protected the country from the invaders, and the long coastline of the peninsular India encouraged foreign trade, and many kingdoms flourished in the northern plains.
With this, your first lesson, introducing history, got over. Hope you all understood. Have a good day.